A lot of people gave a lot of positive feedback, and of course, we got some constructive feedback, which is what we want. That's always the goal, to give Elaine or whoever has presented something to take back with them to the next session. But after all that, we do want to hear from Elaine one more time about what worked. What did you hear from us, your class, that worked? You're like, yeah, that sounds good. I made note of that. I want to try that, or I've already tried that and I had some success with it. So give us a little feedback about our feedback.
I think it was excellent, taking it all in. The empty chair, like I said before, I will definitely try that with her. I think that will be effective with her. Um, um, I liked the idea of the loss sheet to like kind of lay it all out there and go kind of pick it apart, kind of the losses piece by piece, go through that.
Right.
The miracle question was a great idea as well, about her mom. And what someone said about what do you wish, I think it was Shannon said, what do you wish, it might not have been Shannon, but what do you wish your mother had done instead of what she did do? Um, I think we definitely need to address the blame. Somebody put her in.
Mm-hmm.
It is true that she definitely does defer to blame, and a little taking some responsibility would be a good thing to address with her. Some personal responsibility and not just blaming everything.
Right.
Um, the child of an alcoholic that you mentioned,
Yes.
categorizing her as such, and kind of looking at that, that was a really good suggestion as well.
Right. Right. Yeah, there's lots of resources. AA has done an incredible amount of some scientific and some not so scientific work with both alcoholics and children of alcoholics. And so there's a lot of
Uh-huh.
literature out there about that, those personality traits. Definitely worth looking into, and checking to see if she fits that. She probably does, but just checking to see if she actually fits those sets of traits.
And interestingly, my other class right now is substance abuse.
Ah,
So
okay.
I have had to go to AA meetings and Al-Anon meetings. So it's going right together and very helpful.
God just put that together for you. It looks like.
Right, right.
That's good. That's very
Yep.
good. Yeah. Well, let me give you a couple pieces of information, and there was a lot. I mean, we watched this 8-minute video. We heard from all our classmates. There was a lot of information you have. So this is kind of a data dump. It's a little bit of an overload, but I do want you to continue to look at, this child of an alcoholic thing, see what that is. Continue to look at the grief
Okay.
therapy. Understand that dad is a coping mechanism. Her idealizing dad as the greatest dad ever is she's using that to deal with life's stress. So we're not going to pull that out from under her and go, Dad couldn't have been that perfect. That's not our goal. That's not our job.
No.
But we do want to be aware that she's using him unrealistically, but she's using him to cope with stress. Maybe brother who died also gets some of that, you know, angel glorification kind of thing where he was the best brother ever and what happened to him was terrible. She's using that for coping mechanism to help her deal with the stress of taking care of mom now. All we really want to do is give her other coping mechanisms in dealing
Mm-hmm.
with the stress of mom right now. One of it may be talk therapy, which is a little simpler than what you were doing there. I tend to default to cognitive therapy. That's my approach. And
Me too.
so some of the stuff you were doing at the end, those questionings to get her to think more about it, specifically her relationship with mom, that's that's very good. Involving anybody else, aunts, uncles, siblings, anybody else, just to kind of take the stress off. That's more of a behavioral thing, but yeah, I definitely
Mm-hmm.
want you to consider that. She has other outlets. She has other supports, you know, personally, like friends or whoever. She needs to engage those. She certainly needs to engage those. It was mentioned at the very beginning, um, and I asked about goals on purpose because a lot of times in counseling we get in there and it gets to be a 30 minutes of stress relief, and then like the last 10 or 15 or 20 minutes are just talking, but picking a goal and then kind of nailing her down and making her stick with that for the session. It doesn't have to be the entire session, 15 minutes or whatever. And you do your intervention that's appropriate for helping her achieve that goal, and then we can change
Mhm.
subjects. But right now, she's just kind of venting, and watching the video, I could see her just, just dumping all
Mhm.
this emotion onto you because she just needed it off of her. So yeah, as the relationship goes, focus more on those goals. And as therapy goes, you should be able to spend more and more time focusing on one goal towards achievement. So
Mhm.
yeah, something she mentioned in the video was burning every bridge. Mom's burned every bridge.
Mhm.
Explore that. Has she really burned every bridge? And if not, with who? Is there a niece out there that could be very supportive? Is there somebody else? And somebody also mentioned this earlier, the suicidality. You do want to knock on that door regularly,
Mhm.
just to
Mhm.
check.
Mhm.
Just absolutely, just to it's not just to cover you. It's not just to save her life, but it's a legit thing. So you do want to knock on that door. Um,
Mhm.
a couple of critiques. Sitting behind the desk was kind of awkward. Um, I have a intern that does that, and I regularly tell her not to. But yes, sitting behind. I know you were doing it when I initially watched the video yesterday. I thought she's doing this for filming, and so I'm just like, okay, if that's what you were doing it for,
Yeah.
that's fine. But
Well, and we were actually at a table.
when you're at a table, yeah,
Yeah,
there's
she
no
was
camera
sitting right
there.
next to me at the table.
Get
It
away,
wasn't a desk.
get away from the table.
Yeah.
Try to get face to face. You don't have to be knee to knee, but close, um, because tables are natural barriers. We draw this line with, we have our notes here, or the table here, or the desk here, or the lamp here, or the phone here. Um,
Mhm.
Unless you're going to use it to end a session, like we've been here for 50 minutes, and I'm getting up from the chair and walking around to the desk to signal session's over or winding down. Yeah, stay away from the desk. But again, I assumed you were using it for the camera. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, other than that, just a great use of questionings and verbal prompts. Yeah, it was really good.
Thank
So,
you.
um,
I appreciate all of the help.
oh yes, that's what we're here for. Happy to help. And it's what you'll
Mhm.
miss whenever this is all over with and you've got your license. This is what you'll miss. You will
Yeah.
miss the honesty, the ability for somebody to sit in front of you and go, "Did you ask this? Yes. What about this? Okay, I'll ask that next time." Da da
Mhm.
da da. I miss it.
Yeah.
It's a joy to be here with you guys and show you my short video last week because I miss it. So you will, but no.